Deja vu. Makes you feel like you've experienced all this before.
You told me the worst thing that ever happened to you. I stopped it.
Remember, Lucy, remember!
I remember everything.
Do you know how many times we've had this conversation? DI Chambers.
And that is a clip from The Devil's Hour, Series 2, stars Peter Capaldi. Peter, how are you, sir?
Good, thank you. Very good.
It's very nice to see you.
And you too.
I feel slightly reassured that you're not terrifying.
I am terrifying in one respect, which is when my name is mispronounced. So my name is pronounced Capaldi, not Capaldi, but it's a very common mistake.
It's a Londoner's mistake, for which I can only apologise.
I once had a very fraught telephone call from Joe Wiley saying, "I've got Lewis Capaldi on the show. How do I pronounce his name?"
Not like that.
I said, "Not like that."
Because he's a cousin?
He's my cousin's son.
Right, okay. So also to make it absolutely clear, this is The Devil's Hour and not The Devil's Whore, which you were also in.
Which was a show about the English Civil War.
Charles I.
Yeah, which was a great job to do, but I often get confused between the two.
Yes. Is it the same devil we're talking about here?
I think it is, actually, yeah.
Okay. So, so this is Series 2, new series on Amazon Prime. The first series had a fantastic impact. Just introduce us to the idea of The Devil's Hour and what is The Devil's Hour?
The Devil's Hour is a show really about deja vu. And it's about how sometimes when that occasional feeling you have that you have been through an experience is actually a signal that you have been through the experience and that there is another level of existence, another loop of existence, if you like, in which those experiences have occurred. And you can tie them all up together and it's another life that you have led. But that mystery, that knowledge is held by very few people, including my character, who is the person who understands what's going on in life, in all of its revolutions and all of its loops. And it follows, the show follows the path of Lucy, who's played by Jessica Raine, who discovers that she has another life. And that there are significant events that have happened in that other life that have a knock-on effect in her current life.
Yeah, and I think it's probably worth saying. So this is the start of Series 2, and there are 3 series in total. Mm-hmm. And I get the feeling you're going to take all of the 3 series to tell us the entirety of this story. Yeah. Just a particular point. I'm not a great sleeper, and when I woke up this morning and it was dark, I thought, if I look at my watch and it's 3:33, I'm going to freak out. Fortunately, it was 5:30. But there is a specific reference in your show to The Devil's Hour is apparently 3:33.
It's 3:33, and apparently that's a genuine thing. That's the time when you're most likely to wake up from a nightmare or to be disturbed. I don't know how they have worked that out, whether they asked people to write down when they felt they were particularly upset in the middle of the night. But that apparently is the time when it's most likely that you will awake with a start and with a sense of dread.
How would you describe Gideon Shepherd, your character?
Gideon is, well, essentially the world would see him as a serial killer, really, because he's...
But with a good side?
Well, I think he's got a good side. He thinks he's got a good side. But he's actually, when we meet him at first in Series 1, he's incarcerated because they've tracked him down because he has, he's killed a lot of people and has a whole list of people that he's going to kill. But the reason that he kills people is because he knows that those people will be responsible for terrible crimes. Because he has access to these the other loops of lives in which their lives have taken another turn. So he tries to get them before they take this other turn. So he believes what he's doing is saving. A lot of the time he's protecting children, But of course, that's not, as happens, even in describing it just now, you think, oh, you're just mad. This is just a madness. You've just got voices in your head. But he has got a very specific task that he's on.
Who's given him that task?
He has himself, because he has, through his own very troubled upbringing, he has discovered the secret to our existence, which is that it's not a singular existence. It's not a once only gig.
It's quite a burden to carry.
It is, but he decided that rather than just go under with that he would begin to. He discovered that he could have an effect, and because he knew what was going on in other versions of lives, he could alter things, and that's what he tries to do. But he thinks he's trying to do it for the good.
What is his connection with Lucy?
His connection with Lucy is that he knows that she is in danger, and that he must. I'm trying not to give it away.
No, that's why I'm aware that there are 3 series worth of secrets.
There are 3, and we've just finished doing season 3, so it's quite odd. I mean, we're selling season 2, as it were, today, but we just.
Well, you
finished.
can sell me season 3 if you want.
Season 3 gets into an even darker and bigger understanding. There's something going on that. Well, I can't really go into it because this is the trouble when you're selling these kind of shows, because you don't want to give it away. But
what's going on?
There's something that he doesn't realize. What he thinks is going on is not what's going on.